Hey yo, it's Cheeto, and we're fresh off of Bad Blood 2024, and I'm finna give y'all my honest opinion and probably some ratings. So let's check it out. First match on the card, we got Punk versus McIntyre. This was a crazy match to start off the pay-per-view with, but I was all for it. These guys have been beefing for the last 10 months, and this third match hopefully concludes the trilogy. When they came out to the ring, it was crazy. They didn't grapple, they weren't doing no talking. They listened and they just got straight to business. They was using weapons in all types of different ways. Drew McIntyre pulled the legs off of the table and just started pummeling CM Punk with it, and CM Punk took the legs and he started choking him out with it. I thought he was about to impale. There's like a little part hanging off the legs. I thought he was about to stab him with it. The toolbox returns. I don't know if anybody remember the toolbox. Last time I saw a toolbox in the Hell in the Cell match, it was Seth Rollins versus The Fiend in that red out Hell in the Cell. But the toolbox was used in great efficiency in this match. There was a couple headshots in this match that led to both of the guys wearing a crimson mask. Drew was absolutely leaking in this match. Like, CM Punk was bloodied up, but once he hit him with that toolbox from a headshot, it started pouring. It started pouring down. The ref had to grab a couple towels and wipe his head down, and Drew was just like, get that towel out my face, and just continued on with the fight. These were two guys who absolutely did hate each other and did not care how the match ended as long as someone was out. They didn't care if you were pinned, submitted, dead. They wanted you out of there. Drew McIntyre is a savage. Towards the end of the match, he had a bag, like a little duffel bag, little black bag. I don't know, maybe he might have had something in there, But in that bag, I thought he had some thumbtacks. He was gonna slam on some thumbtacks or something. But no, it was the beads from the bracelet they've been storytelling for the last 2 pay-per-views, and he just dumped them all over CM Punk head. Like, and I was like, CM Punk, you cannot take that level of disrespect that he's putting out right now. And he didn't. He took a chain from the toolbox, wrapped around his leg, and kneed him in the face with that GTS. 1, 2, 3, CM Punk wins. This is an amazing way to end a trilogy. If they go on to other things, maybe they go on to championship opportunities. If they put on a part 4, I wouldn't be down for it. But hey, start off tonight, I'm giving that 5 stars. That is a violent match. The tempo, it wasn't slow, it wasn't too fast, but it was violent throughout. Next match, Bayley versus Nia Jax. When Nia Jax came out, Tiffany Stratton wasn't with her. It left me kind of confused. Like, what's gonna happen here? How are they gonna do this match? The vibe I got from the match early on, it was a David versus Goliath type of match. Nia Jax was definitely swinging her weight around, or gave her a couple body presses, a couple clotheslines. Then Bayley come back. She's using her speed and cleverness to get the upper hand on Nia Jax. It was very back and forth, using their skills that they know that they can use to get the upper hand. Nia Jax, call me. She did some very interesting things in this match. She pulled out a submission on Bayley. She did a single leg Boston Crab. The entire time I've been watching Nia Jax wrestle, I never seen her. Nia Jax actually put her in a single leg Boston Crab and bent her. I had her looking like the walls of Jericho. Like, he was bending her. And then at one point in the match, Nia Jax tried to do a banzai drop out the corner. Bayley tried to counter into a powerbomb, and Bayley had it all up on her shoulders. Nia Jax, call me. But I thought Bayley countered it into a powerbomb, but when they landed, Bayley flipped. So I was like, did Nia just do a hurricanrana? Huh? Now I'm like, Nia Jax is trying to get in her bag tonight. She's trying to show us that she's not the wrestler that she was a couple years ago. She's not the wrestler that got released. This is a new Nia Jax, a Nia Jax who can dig deep and bust out some new moves and not hurt nobody. And I really appreciate that. There was one point in the match I just turned my head, and Nia Jax was on the referee. I'm not sure what happened at that point. I could rewind it, but I didn't want to miss none of the action. I feel like it was like a callback to, Bayley calling Nia Jax clumsy and uncoordinated, and maybe she hurt the referee. But when Bayley started to take advantage of the situation, Bayley did get a 3 count. They counted 10, but guess who came out? Tiffany came out and started beating her down with the briefcase, and she had this look on her face like, I could do it. This could be my time. Nia Jax got hit with the rose. I think it's the rosebud. I think it's called her finisher. She got hit with the rosebud. This could be her opportunity to just cash in, take the pin, take the belt. She was checking on the referee to make sure the referee okay, but the referee wasn't focused on Tiffany. The briefcase was at her feet, and she was like, "Oh, are you giving me? I can't breathe. Are you giving me the briefcase so you can cash in or whatnot?" And Nia Jax rose up like the Undertaker. That's pretty scary. And she was like, "Oh, you cashing in on me? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?" And Tiffany was like, "No, I'm not doing all that." And Bayley knocked out Tiffany Stratton, knocked out the ring. She tried to get on the top rope and try to end the match. And Tiffany chucked that briefcase at Bayley on the top rope. Left Bayley stunned. Nia Jax got up there on that second rope and got under Samoan drop position and did it from the second rope. I can't remember too many times she did that either. And 1, 2, 3, Nia Jax retains. This match, I'm gonna give this match a 3 out of 5. It was really good in terms of storytelling between Nia and Tiffany. And for Nia Jax, I'm giving her an individual score. I'm giving her a 4 out of 5 because she really, even though it was like 3 separate things, her trying to get into that bag and become better, that made me look like, oh, okay, Nia, I respect that. I really do. Next on the card, we had Finn Balor versus Priest. This match was kind of the low match. I'm not sure it wasn't a bad match, but it was kind of like the low match of the night. I was like, oh, it's here. It's here. I'm gonna go ahead and watch it. I feel like it could have been on TV. It could have been replaced with the triple threat tag team ladder match from last night. But it's still the Terror Twins versus the Judgment Day. Damian Priest, throughout this entire match, he had a look of kill on his face throughout the entire match. Like he wanted to kill Finn Balor. They both was looking for something to prove. Finn Balor wanted to prove that he could beat him by himself and lead the Judgment Day, while Damian Priest was looking for revenge. And that was a telltale sign throughout the entire match. Finn Balor, every time Damian Priest tried to do something, he had a counter for him. But when Damian Priest did do a move, it just had extra intensity and it had an extra sound on it. It had like a bigger impact when it connected. But you know what happened in this match? They were striking. Damian Priest using his legs a lot. There's a big man to be swinging his legs around like that. I would be afraid to take a kick from him. But the Judgment Day interfered. Carlito got beat up. JD Madonna got beat up. But what did catch me throughout this match, Finn Balor hit Damian Priest with 3 coup de grace. Once from the immediate interference and 2 from the capitalization of the match. Like, Damian Priest was hunched over, trying to get up and catch his breath. Boom, coup de grace to his back. He's like, that might not be enough. Went to the other corner, tried to do another coup de grace. Boom, on his back again. It was scary because like it was on the back of his neck. But still, it was another coup de grace. And then, like, Finn Balor like, that's still not enough. Tried to deliver a 3rd straight coup de grace. Within that period, he got caught. South of heaven. Boom, end of the match. Damian Priest win. He got his revenge. I'm pretty sure this storyline is probably going to drag out just a little bit longer. But, hey, he got his victory over Finn Balor. After this match, there was a announcement from Triple H that at Crown Jewel, the WWE and the World Heavyweight Champion are going to face off at Crown Jewel. Their titles are not going to be on the line. They're going to fight for a Crown Jewel title. The belt is big. It reminded me of Big Gold from the early 2000s, but it got like these green highlights in there, and it kind of threw me off. It looked like the leprechaun mascot from the Lucky Charms box, will have a field day with this title. Like it feel like he'll walk around with his dad, trying like, "Daddy, look at me." Gunther came out, interrupted. He had to make an appearance as the champion. He's probably going to be one of the participants in this match. And there was a surprise Hall of Famer in the crowd. If you looked at Raw this past Monday, Goldberg was in the crowd. He was just chilling, watching the show, and he threw a couple insults, like making fun about his football career, made fun of his son Gage. I think it's Gage. His son name is Gage. And they got Goldberg really fired up, jumped the barricade. When like when a fight with a little brawl about to break out, Adam Pearce ball hit himself. That's the first person to come out the back and try to maintain order. Like, Adam Pearce, you're not gonna do nothing, man. Just stay where you at. Just stay where you at, bro. But as Goldberg was trying to get closer to Gunther, Sami Zayn came out. They got into a brawl. They was fighting their way up the entrance ramp, and it was a pretty good segment to build up to their title match on Raw. And then after that segment, we got Rhea versus Liv Morgan with Dom in a shark cage. If I had a nickel for every time we fought over the custody of Dominic Mysterio, I have 2 nickels. I wouldn't be surprised by, it's not the fact that I have 2 nickels, more the fact I'd be surprised that this happened twice. You know what Dude from Smirk said. But this was a pretty funny match. Dominic came out like his uncle. He came out in a lowrider, bouncing around. They was chilling, and Liv got into the ring. Rhea came out and she had Dominic toilet paper with his face on it. That was pretty funny. She wiped her eyes with it, but I was like, you know where to put that tissue. Call me Rhea. But the match in the beginning was slow pacing. Liv was trying to keep her distance from Liv because, once Rhea got her hands on her, it was pretty much game over at that point. Before the match started, they lifted the shark cage, and Dom looked like he really needed that tissue. Like, I think Dom might need new pants once they started lifting it off the ground. But the match, it was really slow pace. There wasn't too much grabbing involved. Liv was trying to keep her distance, but when Liv did catch the upper hand and tried to do the Oblivion, Rhea Ripley might have done a very unique counter to the Oblivion. Like, Liv did the Oblivion off the rope, and Rhea did a front flip off of it, like a handstand front flip, and that was very unique to switch the pacing of the match. Then Dom was worried about Liv throughout the match. He somehow opened up the cage, and it added another element of danger, which was pretty crazy. Then I don't know how they set this up. I don't know if he did it while he was in the cage. Dom flipped out the cage and was hanging from the cage by his foot for at least 8 minutes, maybe 10. Rhea said, everybody's concerned about him. They're trying to get him help. Rhea said, don't help him. She pulled out a kendo stick, and it was Pinata time, and started beating him. Just started beating him down. Just beating him mercilessly. Then the match continued. I was talking to my girlfriend throughout this match, and she gave me a good piece of information. I wasn't looking at rumor threads or nothing throughout lead up to this pay-per-view. I've been very busy. Couldn't see the rumors, couldn't see predictions or nothing like that. So I was looking at this blind. I was looking at it pretty blind. She was like, "Oh, someone's supposed to be making a return tonight." And I'm like, "Who?" Raquel. And I was like, "Oh, if Raquel do return, that would be nice." Raquel been dealing with, I think she had a skin disease that she's been taking care of. And guess what? She returned tonight. And I thought it would have been a babyface move, because Raquel has been a pretty nice babyface in NXT. No, she came back and helped Liv beat Rhea. But because they they were a tag team before she went to take care of her medical issue, and that really turned they turned the tables for me. So if Rhea do want another shot at Liv, she got to go through Rhea for the next couple weeks. Now we're gonna get to the bread and butter of the night. Oh my God. We got the New Bloodline versus Cody, Raheem Rhodes, and Roman Reigns. This was amazing. I'm an HBCU kid. I went to Jackson State. If you went to an HBCU, you should have a love for bands. You should have somewhere in your heart a love and respect for bands. Either you was in it, you love listening to it. I was both. I was in the band. I loved listening to the band. They had UAPB play the opening part of Cody Rhodes' theme before he came out, and I was jamming to it like, oh, you got UAPB, man. Show us some respect. Show us some respect, man. Put HBCUs on the map, baby. And it was they had me hyped. Roman came out and the crowd went nuts. And when the match started off, there was just tagging because I don't know if they were trying to gauge each other out. They was trying to see what the other team wanted to do. But Roman and Solo started off the match, and you felt the energy of how everyone was behind the OTC. Everyone was behind the OTC. And then you got the FU Solo chants. Oh man. But between them, it was a nice low pace between them. Like it wasn't even. Like Roman had the upper hand on Solo. Then Solo tagged in Jacob, and Jacob was absolutely dog walking Roman for a good 6 minutes. He was just dog walking Roman. He had Roman looking exhausted. He had Roman look like 2018 Roman, just dog walking him. And then the New Bloodline actually dominated the match for a nice minute through separation. Jacob keeping Roman down, and then Solo keeping Cody just out of the match, keeping him not involved. So there wasn't no tag involved, nothing. And then Roman got the comeback, turned the whole match around, and he got that Zenkai boost. He got that Goku Zenkai boost. The way he took over the match, it was crazy. Now, Cody also got his second win too and started taking out Jacob. Jacob is a monster because Cody delivered a crossroad to the outside. It had a oomph on it. It really sounded like Jacob Fatu headbutted the floor off that crossroad, but then he got up on by the announce table and Cody delivered 2 super kicks. It wasn't the fact that it was just 2 super kicks to just get him on the table. Cody went back to the ring, climbed the top rope, but it wasn't just the top rope. He got on the post. The post is just a little bit higher than the top rope. Looked into the ring at Roman like, it's all on you. So long, pal. And just splashed him through the table as Jacob did to Cody a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago. It was a while ago, but he splashed Jacob through that table. And now it was up to Roman to bring it home. Roman bringing it home. He gave Solo a Superman punch, gave him a spear, but now here come the Bloodline. They got to interfere. Tama Tonga and Tonga can't wrestle. Tonga Loa. They got to interfere and try to save their tribal chief. But a hooded figure with the bandana came on. We trying to figure out who it is. 2 super kicks later, take it off. It's Jimmy. Jimmy returned tonight, and it was nice. I'm so happy to see Jimmy back. It was a nice feel good. It was a nice feel good moment to see Jimmy, but the match still had to go on. He got the Bloodline out of there. He gave Solo another spear. 1, 2, 3. Ended the match. You know, like that was a nice ending to the match. Jimmy and Roman look at each other like, you know, like you my tribal chief, and I acknowledged it. Roman looked kind of iffy, like I treated you wrong, but as family always do, they hugged it out, and the crowd was happy, man. Like that was the ultimate feel good moment of the night. They get out the ring, they walk away, and then they try to jump my boy Cody. The new bloodline tried to jump my boy Cody. Roman was just like, man, I ain't finna help him, man. That was a one-time thing, man. I don't gotta help him no more. And Jimmy was like, nah, man, help him out. Like, just help him. Just help him out. Do the right thing. They got back in the ring. They beat down on New Bloodline, got him up out of the. I'm thinking the pay-per-view about to end. We about to see the little, you know, the little Bad Blood 2024 thing on the bottom. Nope. Guess what we hear? Some The Rock comes out. You know, the arena goes dark. He got his new theme playing. He played for a nice minute before he walked out too. He walked out and just looked at the ring. He had his people's belt that he got from the Hall of Fame ceremony. He just looked at the ring and just went. I didn't know what that means. I hope you put an explanation behind it. Maybe he wanted a 3-piece combo. Maybe he was doing the John Cena 1, 2, 3. Maybe he was saying they can't be 3 tribal chiefs. The Rock is coming after the tribal chief title and the belt. There's no telling after that. But this was a really good pay-per-view. The last match, New Bloodline versus Cody and Roman, I'm giving it a 4. I'm giving it a 4, maybe a 4.5. But we need to see how they evolve in the story. Being honest, the Bloodline story has been going on a little bit too long. But if we could also get a New Bloodline versus the OTC Bloodline in Survivor Series, I'm down for that also. But hey, if y'all enjoy Bad Blood, make sure y'all leave a like, subscribe, comment at the bottom about your opinion. What should happen next? But hey, in the meantime, hey yo, it's Cheeto.